This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we bring you the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, along with our co-host, Shelley Brown, and we've been selling homes here in Southern Nevada since 1988. Shelley and I are also very proud to be part of the Real Estate Radio Network. That is a national network of local real estate professionals delivering timely, balanced truths about local market conditions. I'm going to give you the stats. Last month we gave you statistics. The statistics I like are relating to inventory, the way the inventory is behaving. And that, you've heard the laws of supply and demand dictate that how prices go. Do we have a high demand and low inventory, then prices will go up. If you have low demand and high inventory, then prices go down. Here's what we're dealing with. This month, currently available, and these are only single-family homes. Again, I'm sticking to that because it's an easier bracket to stick with and track over time. Less volatility within single-family homes, I think, in terms of the way the inventory works. Currently, we have 7,459 homes currently available on the market. 6,411 are currently under contract. 2,913 have been sold in the last month, and about 1,200 have expired over the last month as well. That leaves us an absorption rate of 2.56. That absorption rate, once again, that's the amount of time, the amount of months it will require to sell the current inventory. So in other words, to sell the 7,459 homes, we would need 2.5 months to sell them based on the current rate of sale. And that's an important stat because that tells you generally how the market's going. Is it leaning buyer or seller? And I'm going to tell you, when we look at this and take a look at last month, the figures I gave you, almost the same. 77.47 available, 61.31 under contract, 28.09 sold, and 11.91 were expired or withdrawn. And that had an absorption rate of 2.76. Not a big change. And then last year, June of 15, these numbers are astoundingly similar. 7,951, 62.96 for contract, 28.23 sold in that 30 days, and 1,241 that had expired within that time frame for an absorption rate then of 2.82. Now I'm going to move on to another chart, and I'm going to bring you different charts each month because there's different stats that we want to look at. And this next chart talks about single-family residential closings, and it stacks them up month to month over the last 10 years. And it goes back to 2005, which is an interesting look at this chart. When you see this thing, you say that, wow, 2005, you see the stack is interesting. And then you look at 2015, just last year, it looks remarkably similar to 2005. But then when you look back at 2007, you see the small little stack. I mean, we didn't do much business in 2007 when the market was going down so quickly. But this year, when we talk about this year versus last year, in terms of the amount of homes sold, you can see we're just a little bit ahead. You have 3,260 solds last month, where last year was 3,056. So we're doing a little better than last year, and last year we did a little better than 14. So that's what this chart tells me, is that our volume is increasing slightly. The last chart I want to show you is the residential listings taking versus listings sold. And this is how the inventory maintains itself. And so you can see that we listed, the blue part of our graph shows what's been listed, and the red part shows what's been sold. And this goes back to January of 2009. And you're going to see that the solds kind of fill out the listed. It kind of stays within itself. The little mountains over the last couple of years are all basically seasonal peaks and valleys over the last 3 years, but they're fairly stable. So you can see that our inventory, again, has maintained stability. And that's what these charts reflect. So I hope that helps you out. This is what I wanted to say about here in the middle of July, talking about last month and June stats. Stay tuned every month. We'll continue to update you guys as we go forward, and we'll see how the market changes going ahead.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now with hosts Harvey Blankfeld and Shelley Brown. Please tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.